To the compliment being received at the I guess at the highest level, he turned to me with tears in his eyes. He was crying. He was laughing so hard. He was laughing so hard with you. He loved you, and you were like, you better stop this. And he just got the biggest kick out of how you played together. It was just so much fun.
Hey, you know what I like doing with him? I go, hey, Kenny, go get me some water. He go get me water. Then I ask him, hey, I'm
I
going to
saw
get
your
a cookie. You want a
heart,
cookie?
and it was almost like I was supposed to do it. Just so we're clear, I didn't do this for anyone else, RJ. I did this for you. I did, because your heart's so gorgeous and so beautiful. You care at the highest level about happiness. You care about other people being happy. And you also, to me, I've internalized that you want to do book.
And my mom was very adamant about her boys. I had a brother. I have a couple of brothers, but me and my brother going to the same school from first grade to senior, because she didn't have hers and all these people. And I mean, not really met them. I saw them. Okay, I was breathing kind of the same air where they were. But I recognized them.
Did you get to shake their hand?
Yeah, a couple of them. Oh yeah. I was but I was like, wow, these people are special. They really have what they want. Like, I want what they got.
You know what I love about your characters is they're just like Isaac Hayes. They have great haircuts. They are really, really good haircuts.
I got a fresh one for you.
Character, morals, ethics, leadership, and it's missing potentially in the school system. It's missing the dialogue or the narrative of the schools, because they're doing what I'll call anti-AI, or what AI can possibly replace. But what we're teaching, or what you're teaching, is such an important lesson that doesn't always get taught in the school system.
I want everybody to still, we need to have faith in it, the school system. You know, I was a teacher for 14.
Welcome to the Dr. Smiley Show. And I got to tell you, today, when you hear about my guest, you are going to want what he's got. I mean, you are going to want it at the highest level. This is RJ Chapman, a veteran, a leader, an author, soon to be of 2 books, and just a brilliant, happy man that does a beautiful job on the stage to warm your heart, to make you cry, and to basically believe there's just a lot of beautiful humans in the world. So RJ, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Ken. I'm so excited about talking today about wonderful, wonderful things that are going on.
Yeah, you're creating some magic in the world. I want to say I see the sign behind you, and that sign behind you created really a brilliant book, and it's doing very well. But here's the thing that's funny. It's just doing well. It's going to do better and better and better. And exceptionally well, I should add, that it's exciting both of us. But this is when you have the beginning of a race and it's this exciting, just imagine as the race keeps going. So I am predicting that someone's going to see this and say, I'm doing a song. And they're going to resurrect Redbone, come and get your love.
Oh, that's great. That's so funny. So, we got to get them singing.
So the way I start most of my talks on stage is I say, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for so-and-so, or I wouldn't, and I connect the dots like Steve Jobs did. And I just want to say, this lovely lady here, Francine Jones. I mean, can you imagine if she hadn't connected us? I mean, we both would be just different people at a different level lower. And it's not that you're lower and you know it. It's that you don't know how much bigger you would have been. So I just want to say, Francine, you have a couple books out. You are a veteran. You are a champion. And you certainly care about creating community in the children's author market.
Yeah, and I want to talk about her too, because I'll tell you something. Francine, no telling how much time, effort, and money she has saved me by connecting the dot from her to me to you, forming that triangle, because I was going to do this, and I was going to be taken advantage of along the way a lot. And Francine says, RJ, Ken is trusted and proven. I have 2 books by him, and just work with him and just go big. And then I spent 9 hours with her in the car to go to Nashville, and I picked her brain about all kinds of stuff. But yeah, she started the race with connecting behind, and we spent time together. I don't know where we were, Orlando, I think.
Yes. Well, I want to say to our audience that, obviously you being taken advantage of at times has left you a little jaded, and you go, okay, what's the deal? What's the deal? And it's because you're a trusting guy. And I'll say this as a compliment to you. Trusting people can be trusted.
Oh, and that's very nice.
And untrustworthy people are skeptical. And so you have always been very trusting, and it hurts you at times, but you haven't picked the right people to trust. That's all.
Yeah. Well, it's worked out great. And you're right, man. Francine, wonderful.
Yes.
A lot of people we've met along the way on this journey that are awesome.
Well, I want to do a little shout out to several people that you've met on this journey, and one of them being one of my favorite people in the world. Kenny has this funny book about how science explodes stuff, and then he has a more favorable cover where he's showing just all the amazing things he learned about science. And I share this with you to say he was like this with you. I mean, when he met at the event, he thought he just adopted an uncle.
He was an adult in a room with adults. He was the only kid there. You can't call him a kid. I mean, he was pitching our books and signing stuff, and I gave him that big old Navy coin. And now that I got your address, I'll send him some more Navy coins because I really had a good time with Kenny. He's cute.
Well, to the compliment being received at the I guess at the highest level, he turned to me with tears in his eyes. He was crying. He was laughing so hard. He was laughing so hard with you. He loved you, and you were like, you better stop this. And he just got the biggest kick out of how you played together. It was just so much fun.
Hey, you know what I like doing with him? I go, hey, Kenny, go get me some water. He go get me water. Then I ask him, hey, I'm going to go to cookie. You want a cookie? Yeah, give me a cookie, RJ.
Oh, he doesn't have a lot of uncles and aunts and grandparents that he gets to see or not. He's actually in Peru right now, seeing a lot of his uncles and aunts. So it's not easy. So when he sees you and he sees the warmth that you bring, he embraced you, family. So just want to say thank you. I wanted to show.
No problem. Great.
We have a lot of veterans. So you want to show your book? I'll show mine. So this is.
I don't want to show your book. I'm going to show this book.
Okay.
You see that book?
Yeah, that's different though. That's Memorial Day, and this is Soldier Month. And I just want to say that these are the people that are actually putting your book in the back of their book because your book came out afterwards. You know that your book is being added to the back of all these books. It's being added. So in the next printing, your book is in there. Oh, heck yeah, young man. Heck yeah. All right. Let me see. Let's see. We got to look. Okay. So this is Rhonda, and you want to show your book? You have a Dr. Brian Kent, right? You have
I don't know. I got her husband's book.
Yes. So they are both, he's a veteran and they're a veteran family. And she has a whole series on leadership. Oh. And the last one, this is a surprise for you, young man. This is a surprise, RJ. You ready for the surprise? Yeah, we talked about your book and it turning into a series. And I just want to say that Beth is the one who caused me to think about it. Look at this. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Seize the day with a smile.
What's it say?
Seize the day with courage. Seize the day with kindness. Seize the day with leadership. Seize the day with superpower. Do you see your book? Do you see your book being camouflaged? Do you see your book having different elements?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Yeah. Well, now we've done all that, which is basically saying children's authors are feeding our future children to be future leaders. That's what it's doing. So why did you do this book before we cut into who you are? Why was this book so important to do?
Well, it wasn't my original idea. I had a book in my mind, which will come out later. And we got together on the Zoom thing. And you said, RJ, I want you to write a children's book. And I said, Ken, I don't know what a children's book is. I never had one read to me. I don't even know what it is. And you said, well, I'm going to read you a story. And you took out this little children's book. The illustrations were gorgeous, by the way. And it was about an idea. And you read it to me. I mean, I felt like I was a little kid in bed, getting his little bedtime story for the first time in my life. And you were reading it so good. And your voice was so good. And you got done. And I went, you know what? I could do that. Something's going to happen to me today. And I'm going to hear something. And I'm going to say, I'll write a book. And I went to the hospital because I got to get a B12 shot every month. And the lady goes, come on up, Master Chief. And I went up there and she goes, how's your day going? I said, well, I never had a bad day. And she goes, I want what you got. Now, I swear, I'm not lying. I have heard this before. But it didn't resonate that somebody wants what I got. And what is it that I got? Yeah. So I came home. I swear, I spoke into my phone for 5 minutes, had the computer dictate it, and the book was 90% done.
It's a fun book for sure. Very fun book. Um, so uh, this book is really doing well because it's a simple nature of just telling a story.
Something happened.
I think we had a little hiccup in the, but I was showing off your book, the inside of it, and the story that you told. And
Uh,
I want to say this to you. I
yeah.
didn't read that book of What Do You Do with an Idea to you or for you until I was told. I saw your heart, and it was almost like I was supposed to do it. Just so we're clear, I didn't do this for anyone else, RJ. I did this for you. I did, because your heart's so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. You care at the highest
Yeah.
level about happiness. You care
Yes.
about other people being happy. And you also, to me, I've internalized that you want to do books like this to remind people they can be happy.
And it's not that difficult.
No.
It's really not that. And you're absolutely right. That's why I do these things. That's why I do my little TikToks, my little Instagrams. They're just motivational, happy little snippets that don't take much of your time. And I got to tell you, I will never forget you reading that story to me. It really meant a
Well,
lot.
I know you're a skeptical person sometimes because you give me a little bit like, oh yeah, this is really for me. But I want to tell you on the air, if
Yeah.
I read this to 100 people, only maybe one or two would have caused them to write a book. I read it to one person, and it was you. Now I have read it to Beth after she decided she was going to do children's books, but I read it to her because I wanted her to hear how magical a children's book could cause an adult to even feel. But I want to read the back of this real quick, and then I want to go into your story, okay?
Okay.
Because I love what you said here. You say, what is missing in the world? It's gratitude, compassion, empathy, and kindness. When you finish reading this book, you'll have all kinds of wonderful ideas on how to connect with people, enhance your relationships, and how to feel more alive. I was compelled to write this book because I discovered there are missing opportunities for people to be connected. Having people take advantage of learning these attributes is a better way to live a fulfilling life. The world can become a better place when everyone learns to serve one another. And that's what this book's about, is that it's not only getting what you want as a compliment to someone else, but that you can have it too. You can already have it the second you say you want it.
That part was the hardest part to write. I mean, everything else just flowed, and you go, okay, I need this, blah blah blah. What is that? The biography? I don't even know what that is. But
It's the back copy. It's the back copy that
the back,
costs to get. Yeah.
and everybody picks this book up and goes right to that. They don't even open the front; they just go to the back.
Yeah, and they purchase it because they go, "That's what I want. I want what that." And I know
I
you
mean,
think that's a joke. I know you think that's a joke, but that's actually what copy does. When copy causes you to feel something, you want what that copy will give you.
well, it's incredible. They go right to the back every time.
Yes. All right. So, are you ready, sir, to start
I'm
the show?
ready.
Because in a way, this was all a prelude to how much impact happens when you have people that care about you. That was the prelude. So let's start off with RJ. Let's start off with where you were born and what your childhood was like.
Okay. Well, I was born in Heppner, Oregon, but when we were like 5 or 6 years old, my parents moved to Lake Tahoe, Nevada. They hooked up a 30-foot green travel trailer to the back of a Jeep pickup, and we went to Tahoe because they were looking for work. And my dad became a dishwasher, and my mom became a cocktail waitress. And my mom was very adamant about her boys. I had a brother. I have a couple of brothers, but me and my brother going to the same school from first grade to senior because she didn't have that in her life, and she thought that that was very important. And that's what we did. We went to the same school, Zephyr Cove Elementary, little shout out, and George Wattell High School. And I had a really good life. We were really poor, but I really didn't know it because I was pretty happy. And but I knew I had a little something, something. I think the first time I recognized I had a little spark was I had a fifth grade teacher. Her name was Mrs. Williams. And she was up there teaching away. And she was about 6 months pregnant. And she's teaching away. And she faints. She
Hmm.
falls down. And the whole class starts laughing. And I'm like, oh, no, no. I went up there and I helped her up. And that's when, it's the first time I think maybe I thought, you know what, RJ, you're a little bit different. You care a little bit more. And that was a very special moment for me. Great lady. And then, as I grew
I
up,
want to cut in
go
on
ahead.
that. Is that
Yeah.
that's the bystander effect that happens to so many people when they see someone in trouble. They say someone else is going to help, and no one does, and then they hear laughter and laugh too, because that's what the populace is doing. And it takes
Oh,
one person to say that's not acceptable. And so I applaud
right.
you for that because you broke the bystander syndrome.
Oh, well, that's cool. Then I want to tell you something pretty cool too. Is when I was like in eighth grade, I started taking trumpet lessons from this guy who played in the orchestra at one of the casinos. He
Hmm.
was the first trumpeter, yeah, in the orchestra at the casinos. And his deal was if you took lessons from him, you could watch any show at the casino. We
Wow.
knocked on this secret door in the back, and then they would let us in, me and his son, and we'd go up to the light booth because you couldn't be out with the real people. You know, you were, so
Well,
we
you
were
were
up in the light.
special. You were special.
Yeah,
So,
well, yeah, we're special, yeah. But when the show got over, we could go down the catwalk and stand backstage and meet the people.
oh my goodness.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. We just stood there. We were just like, eighth graders, freshmen, and they would come by. Some would say hello. The biggest impact ever, man. I met Karen Carpenter.
Really?
Yes. She was so beautiful. She looked like Glenda the Good Witch with black hair.
You're talking about two things here that are just so special. Is
Yeah.
when you went to help that teacher, you have a
Yeah.
different listening because anyone could have played the trumpet or taken lessons and been there, but you were the only one with his son. So he knew how to give a value proposition that you heard as this is a no brainer. Like if you never learned to play trumpet, you're still good.
Well, I really think, I met Rowan and Martin, Goldie Hawn, Isaac Hayes,
Did
Doc
you
Severn.
really? Those are
Yeah,
the
the Lennon sisters, all these people. And I mean, not really met them. I saw them. Okay. I was breathing kind of the same air where they were. But
did
I
you get to shake their
recognized
hand?
something.
Did you get to shake their
Yeah,
hand?
a couple of them. Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
was, but I was like, wow, these people are special. They really have what they want. Like, I want what they got.
You know what I love about your characters is
Yeah.
they're just like Isaac Hayes. They have great haircuts. They are really really good
I
haircuts.
got a fresh, I got a fresh one for you today.
Yeah, you did. My goodness. I mean, you're ready for the baldathon.
Almost. I got to shave it all the way.
Well, I did mine because I was like, if he shows up bald and I'm not, he's going to give me what for? He's going to say, I don't want what you got.
Yeah. I don't want it anymore.
Now, I can just see you with a yellow pad, just taking a yellow pad and going paper to paper and saying, all right, I'm going to come up with a title. I don't want what you got. No, it's not that. It's not, I don't. And then you scratch out the NT and you go, oh my gosh, I want what you got. This is amazing. I'm glad to hear the story that you saw a nurse and she was just because you did say it so well. She just wanted happiness in her life because she had never heard anyone like yourself say, I've never had a bad day because you look for what? Gratitude.
Exactly. And you know what? You're going to love this. She got the very first copy of I Want What You Got.
Do you know her name?
I don't. I'm going to get it.
Well, you're going to get it because when we reprint this book, young man, I
Yeah.
first of all, you can put a dedication page and you can include her either acknowledgments or dedication page. But when she says this and she sees her name in the copy because she said it, can you imagine? I mean, your book is going to be so huge. It's already getting really big, but it's going to be so huge. And her name's in there, and she's like, "I was the one who said this to this guy at the magic day."
And so funny, she didn't even remember that. I came up to her, I said, I've got a present for you. She goes, oh, what do you got? I said, I got a book for you because you said this to me. She says, I remember saying that to you. And I said,
Did she?
well, I put it in print.
Gosh, it would have been something if you didn't give it to her and you just said, "I want to show you something," and you showed her the book, and she goes, "I want what you got," and then you say, "Well, then you go get it."
Well, it was a great moment. It was a great moment. I'm very thankful. I wrote a big note in there for her and signed it, and she's really happy.
That's great. So going back to your catwalk and meeting all these amazing people, who were? I mean, you mentioned people, but which one had an impact on you? Did you have one that you said, "I want to be like that person. I want what they got"?
Well, I got to tell you, man, they would like sometimes we could go back like halfway through the show and
Yeah.
they would come back and change clothes and go do another skit and come back and change clothes and go do another thing. And I was like fascinated. I mean, Rowan and Martin, those two guys, I mean, if anybody even remembers them, but boy, they were big smokers too. But they would come back there, change clothes real fast and go out and do another skit. And then Goldie Hawn was, doing Sock It to Me or whatever. And oh my God, it was a zoo back there, but it was cool, very professional. Uh,
So you lived in a
I
town
don't
that was
know.
just you lived in a town that was just big enough to attract it, small enough that you could actually access it, right?
Yeah, Tahoe's really nice, really pretty. There's only like two big casinos, so it's a place where the people change every 2 weeks unless you live there because it's a
Yeah.
vacation destination. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. You meet all kinds of neat people.
And you reside in the Florida area right now, right?
I do. Well, I'm in Georgia, right over the line.
Right over the line. Because I know you're doing a lot of events in Florida and also potentially, no, in Atlanta, you're doing the Military Influencer Conference.
I'm definitely going to that. I can't wait to see Jody Martin again because her books make me cry.
Yeah. Well, and also we're attracting a lot of veterans at Perfect Publishing.
That's awesome.
I think the reason why, and I'm just still wrapping my head around it, is that I think there's a lot about leadership that a children's author can teach: character, morals,
Yes.
ethics, leadership, and it's missing potentially in the school system. It's missing the dialogue or the narrative of the schools because they're doing what I'll call anti AI or what AI can possibly replace. But what we're teaching or what you're teaching is such an important lesson that doesn't always get taught in the school system.
I want everybody to still, we need to have faith in it, the school system. You know, I
Mhm.
was a teacher for 14 years.
I know.
My second book, can I talk about it real quick? Or
You can, but I don't want to go. I wanted that to be a bigger part of the show. So I wanted to
okay,
do this. Then I wanted to go back to where your childhood gets you to adult in your service, and then I wanted to go that.
okay, well, so here's the deal. Yep, yep. So I had a great life in Tahoe, but when I was a senior in high school, the guidance counselor asked me what I thought about doing. I said, well, I'm thinking about joining the Navy. And the next day, I swear, the next day, this van comes up, says "Go Navy" on the side. Well, I'm the class president, so the recruiter's there. I hear on the speaker, R.J. Chapman come to the principal's office. Well, I've heard that before. So, and I go up there, and here's the recruiter, and he goes, "Hey, can I take this guy out of school, take him to lunch, and have some pizza?" And the principal's like, "Yeah, take him." I'm like, "Holy cow!" So I'm bought. I'm in. I'm in. I want to be in the Navy, and I got in the Navy 6 days after I graduated high school, and I never got out for 32 years,
Hmm.
and I loved it.
You loved it.
I loved it every day. I never had a bad day in the Navy, man. And I learned so much stuff. And I moved up the ladder and I got to do all kinds of cool things. Basically, I had a boss at the end who was real cool. He's a 4-star admiral now. But first time I saw him, he goes, "RJ," and I can't believe he called me by my name. I thought my name was Master Chief. What are you talking to? He goes, "RJ, sit down." I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Here's what I want you to do. I want you to do whatever you want to do. I want you to never take no for an answer. And I'd really like you to get on with it." And right then I knew I had unlimited power to do anything in the Persian Gulf and the Middle East as long as it was for good.
Mhm.
And it was fantastic. It was a fantastic career. I loved it every day.
Gosh, with the simplicity of those messages, um, like I want to say yes to make a difference, or I want to do good. Like
Right.
it's about when you want it. What are you doing about that want to turn into the actual reality of it?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was I just real quick little story. I'd be up in Afghanistan or something doing with the Navy SEALs, and I'd be fixing to leave, and I'd say, "Was there anything I can do for you guys?" They go, "We could use a couple of hot tubs, Master Chief." I go, "Hot tubs? Okay." So I get back to the base. I go, "Hey, somebody get a couple of hot tubs out to those Navy SEALs in Afghanistan." And I go back and see them by like a month later. There were 2 hot tubs.
Isn't that cool?
It is cool. Very cool.
Yeah, because
I take a sip.
yeah, you should take a sip. And by the way, that's the amazing thing about this attitude is that there are lots of problems in the world. So
Yeah.
all you have to do is say, "I'll solve one of them." And,
Right.
and once you solve one, you go, "That wasn't that hard." And then you start inspiring others to take that same type of mentality. So bravo to you. So anything else about the Navy you'd like to share that was a pinnacle to how you play now? I know you never had a bad day in the Navy, but was there a scary day in the Navy that you said, "Wow, this is what you got in mind for me right now"?
Well, I'll tell you a quick little story that was a little iffy. I was the main enlisted guy on a submarine, and I had a captain, and we ran the thing. And we took 10 of our dads, my dad, his dad, 10 other guys' dads, 8 other guys' dads, took them out to out in the ocean. And we spent a week with them. We went from San Francisco to San Diego with the dads.
Mm.
And it was so much fun. And one night I went up and saw the captain. I said, Captain, we need to have a fire drill, show these guys how we put out a fire. He goes, yeah, yeah. And they called me the Cobb. They go, okay, Cobb, we'll have a fire drill. I'm like, okay. So I go down, I'm playing poker with my dad and a couple other dads, and bong, 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 fire in the engine room, fire in the engine room. I'm like, well, this must be real. This has to be real because we would have planned this thing. So I drop everything because I have to be first or second on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go back where we briefed the fathers. We said, if something goes down, you guys all go to this like dining room area and you put on your rubber masks and you start breathing oxygen through the rubber mask. And you just stay right here. Don't do nothing. We'll take care of it. So all the dads go and they put on their little rubber masks. And I run back to the fire. And something's on fire.
Mm.
Now, this is very rare. This is very rare. It's a big box that controls a pump or something. It's smoking. I mean, we secure power to it. There's no flames, but it's serious because, you're 400 feet underwater in a school bus, width thing, double. And anyway, so I made sure everything was okay, put somebody in charge. I go back in a cruise mess. Here's my dad. All the other dads. I take my mask off. I go, don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to go up and ventilate the ship. The fire is out. But it was a little scary because it wasn't planned. It was real.
Yeah, so you told an amazing story that I came up and I said, man, that really, and you even warned me, you said, when I go on stage, I'm going to bring it. And when I do, you're going to cry and you're going to laugh. So would you give, I know it was like 6 minutes on there and I'm okay with you giving as many minutes of that. Would you give either the essence or some of the details of here's what I want to show the audience. I want to show you your Toastmaster. I want to show you how you architect a speech and how the delivery makes all the difference in how you feel. So I'm not going to cut you off. If you want to go 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever amount of time, finish the story, then I'll come back. All right, go ahead.
Okay, you ready? Strike Command, March 20th, 2003, 5:31 a.m. Middle Eastern Time. 307 Tomahawk cruise missiles are headed to Baghdad. There's only one thing left to do in order to complete this mission. Call your mom. That's how it starts. How do you like it? Or are you backing out? Okay, you backed out.
I was back. Well, I was backing out because I really wanted. That is an amazing start. But you had people like really. Would you go to the essence of the hook of why that story was so important to you? I'm letting you have the screen because I want them to feel it as if they were in the audience. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, during this time, I served as the 5th Fleet Master Chief, responsible for the concerns of 45,000 sailors. Admiral Keating commanded this region, which spanned from Egypt to Pakistan and all 23 countries in between. Our initial meeting was something like this. Master Chief, I want you to do whatever you want to do, never take no for an answer, and get on with it. Oh, and here's your phone, and it can call anywhere in the world. There are 3 of these in the region. I have one, the Chief of Staff has one, and this one is yours. Wow, have I got work to do. But if there's one thing I know, it's this. Calling your mom fixes everything. Why does calling your mom fix everything? Well, think about it. Kid falls off his bike. What does he say? Mom. Homesick kid in college. Who do they call? Mom. It's always about getting a hold of your mom because she's going to take care of everything. Well, at about this time, I was doing some work in Iraq, and I ran into a couple of sailors. And I asked this one young lady, I said, how long have you been up here? And she says, we've been here about 56 days, Master Chief, and I haven't talked to my mom. And I handed her my phone, and I said, it's not going to be 57. Call your mom. When she heard her mother's voice, she turned into a 6-year-old little girl. Nothing else mattered, not even being in the middle of a war zone. She ended her call with, I love you, Mom, handed the phone back to me and said, you have no idea what you've just done for me. I looked at her battle buddy, and he yells out, 588-6457. I go, dude, call your mom. His mother's voice provided instant comfort. He sat down on his helmet, drew his knees to his chest, ran his fingers through his hair. He said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And handed the phone back to me. It was little things like that throughout my career. And then when I came back to headquarters, the Admiral says, "How's everybody doing, Fleet?" I said, "Sir, they're doing great, but I've got one heck of a phone bill." And he looked at me and he said, "That's what it's for, Master Chief. That's what it's for." My mom's life was pretty tough. My mom's been married and divorced 6 times. She had 4 kids in 4 years. I never really bonded with my mom. And it's sad kind of to this day. But you know what? I still have a chance to make it right. Because no matter where your mom's at, she will always hear you. I take out my phone. "Hi, Mom. It's RJ. I just called to say I love you." In the words of Stevie Wonder, I just called to say how much I care.
Hmm.
Contest Master. That's a little bit of it.
That is that's a good deal bit of it. I mean, that was what caused me to feel. And it caused me to feel because I agree with the sentiment. I also agree with the power of the message. But most important, RJ, is I wouldn't know you if it wasn't for my mom having Alzheimer's. I mean,
Right.
I was a caregiver, and when she passed, I had to play a different level of, what am I doing with my life?
Right.
And
You were crying.
what's that?
You were crying after that speech.
Oh, I was crying. I came up to you. I said, I felt it, RJ. You told me that I felt it. And, to your point, my mom was my biggest cheerleader. And when I lost her, I felt lost. I felt lost. But what I got out of it was if you care about what your mom did for you, do something as a tribute to her with your life. And so I became a publisher. Isn't that weird? Like I was a
Ah,
DJ. I was a DJ before. Now I had to become an author first, and then I became a publisher. But my point is, she caused the new journey because it didn't make sense to be who I was, because who I was smaller than what I thought I could be for her.
yeah, my mom is just real quick. She's very proud of me. She's still with us, and she's up in the home. And it's so funny. On the 19th of this month, I'm going up with "I Want What You Got," and I'm reading the book to the residences in my uniform, and they are so excited.
When is this?
August 19th.
August 19th. Well, Al will probably kill me, but I would like to. I would like to see if we could add that page in that's dedicated to my mom, if you want. If you want.
Yeah, we've already spoken, and we are. Oh, that's right. You're right. Okay, yeah, we can add. That's very good. Yeah, they're gonna, and the newspaper's coming, and I'm gonna do it again at another little facility down here because everybody wants me to come read them the book in uniform, and it's just a nice thing to do. We talk about that
Yeah, but
military stuff. I can
you
still get in it.
yeah, but you know why everyone wants you in their town to read it.
Yeah,
They want what you got.
I wish I had more of what I got.
Well, you have so much of what you got that you have amazing people on your team, and
Yes.
I know Faison loves working with you. I know even though my son doesn't work with you, what he's ready to join your team. You have a gentleman who does your video.
Yeah, Jonathan.
So
Jonathan Lindsay. Very good. Very good.
I met him, and I just want to say you attract really high standard, integral people, and
Yeah.
you are what you attract. So congratulations on that. I wanted to
Thank you.
I want to segue if we are done with the Navy part,
Sure.
the Navy part of the stories and conversation. I wanted to move into what you're doing in authorhood and Toastmasters, and then of course go to the letters to Bob. So let's start with you get out of the Navy and join Toastmasters. Why did you join that?
Well, first of all, let's go back to when I got out of the Navy. And
Okay.
then, okay, I got out of the Navy. But when I was in the Navy, like my last 2 months, this Navy captain came into my office and he asked me, he had hair on his ears, it was a little long hair. I'm like, I go, "Captain, what's with the haircut?" He goes, "What's with all the ball caps?" Because I had ball caps from the 86 ships that I visited in my office.
Wow.
And then we both laughed, and he says, "I need some barracks for the cadets at the high school." I go, "Cadets at the high school?" He goes, "Yeah, I teach ROTC." Well, I'd never even heard of ROTC. I really hadn't. And he
Really,
said,
you hadn't?
"What?
Are you serious?
No, I'm serious. Never heard of it." And yeah,
Well,
because I was a submariner.
Well, let's
I was
stop.
underwater.
Let's stop for a second, RJ. So
Okay.
ROTC, I went through it. ROTC, my dad taught it. So Reserve Officer Training Corps, and I went through
Right.
Johns Hopkins. And you go through ROTC, you're kind of having a faster gateway to officership instead of becoming enlisted, or you have to go through OCS, Officer Candidate School. So I want to let the audience know ROTC does stand for something that is related to leadership. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So he says, why don't you come up and do an inspection on the cadets? And I'm like, okay. So I get my driver. We go up to the high school. They're little kids dressed up like Navy people. They look real because they got the real uniforms on.
Right,
And
right,
I'm asking them their orders to the sentry and the chain of command. They're all proud. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're warming my heart, you know?
right.
So I retire and I get a phone call from the school. Hey, one of the guys isn't going to be here for 100 days. Would you like to substitute at ROTC for 100 days? I'm like, would I like to substitute? I don't have a job. Yeah, I'd love it. I went up there and did it for 100 days. I fell in love with them. And then the guy that was out for 100, he never came back the next year. So they hired me. And I taught sophomores and sometimes freshmen for 14 years in the little yellow box, which is what I call my classroom.
What do you teach besides ROTC?
Well, I know nobody else is listening to this, but you're supposed to teach this Navy stuff. Yeah, the Navy gives you so much stuff to teach that there's no way. Finally, one guy told me, he goes, RJ, you can't teach all the stuff we give you, so do whatever you want. I thought, okay. So we're going to learn a little bit about life. We're going to learn some things that, nobody teaches you. So I created this thing called the Life Project where, you had to go to college and you had to figure out how much that costs and you had to get a job and you had to get everybody got married and bills and cars. And really it was a big exercise in money management and understanding what's going to happen to you. And it's take about 5 months, this project. And then they would present it to the class. And I remember one time, this one girl, she's over there working on the project and she's crying. I go, Madison, what's wrong? She goes, I'm not going to make enough money. I go, well, I guess you're going to have to get a second job. And so next thing you know, she's working a little part-time job at McDonald's to make ends meet. I had a good time with those kids. So the kids, I had a book. And if you see my TED Talk, which I'm sure you have, but in my TED Talk, I have a journal, Bob Ross journal. And this guy gave it to me. This kid gave it to me like 10 years ago. He says, Master Chief, I want you to have this book. I said, okay. Well, I thought it was the story of Bob. I thought it was Bob's life because I love Bob Ross. Did I tell you Bob's here today? Did I tell you that Bob is here today?
You can feel it. You can feel it. You can see it. It's true. I wish I had one of those. I want what you got.
I'll send you one. It's on Amazon.
Is it? Yeah. We should have done the interview like that. That would have been hilarious. Oh, guess what? On the second interview, when we actually drop your book, we launch your book, Letters to Bob. We're both wearing that. We're going to do the whole show that way.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? It's so much fun. You're a different person when you put on the Bob.
Oh, you totally are. And when I look at you and you have it and I don't have it, and I'll say, I want what you got. And then I'll pull it out and put it on. And you go, you got what I got.
Let's go. But in this book, I told the kids it was empty. I go, what am I supposed to do with this? He says, you're supposed to write in it, Master Chief. I don't know what a journal is. I'm not writing anything. I give the thing back to him. I said, no, you write in it. Write me a letter. And someday when I retire, I will read your letter. And this went on for 10 years. And I never read those letters till I retired. And then I read them. And man, I can't hardly even talk about them without starting to cry because teachers have to understand you mean so much to these kids, to these young adults, that you don't even know it until you get something like this presented to you, which tells you how special some of your lessons were. I'll tell you, I'll give you a really good little example. This one little girl, she wrote in there, she goes, I'm sorry, my handwriting is not that good. And you know what she's saying? She's saying, my handwriting's not that good, but it's more personal coming from me this way than typing up a letter and putting it in here. And I want to write the Master Chief a personal letter. That's what they're really saying. And,
They
and the
are.
whole premise is why they wrote what they wrote. And if I remember them, and I write about that little thing about the signature as an example, and then I put their letter in, and that's chapter one.
Yeah. You got like 33 of them or something, right?
Well, my publicist, he knows I have 62, and he wants me to. He's all over me, man. This guy's relentless. He's I need 52, dude, by August 21st. And then he realizes, he put a little too much pressure on the old Master Chief. He says, "Hey, man, give me 30. Come on, give me 30." So I've done 20, and I owe you 10 more, and I'll get them to you.
Not on the air. I'm going to tell you. I think I said 33.
Did you say 33?
Well, 33 is a magic number. It's a spiritual number. So
Yeah, I'll tell you a magic number. 20. 20 is a magic number.
20 is a magic number. There you go.
I get it.
Yeah, well, look up 33 and you'll see. It's from a numerology standpoint. It's a very biblical number.
Okay. Well, as soon as I get off of here, I'll start writing for you.
Right for you in the world, sir.
Well, it's already half written because the cadets and letters are in there, so it's not too hard.
Okay. So here you go, sir. What was your rank when you retired?
Master Chief, E9.
Okay, Master.
Right.
You with that?
I'm with it.
Here we go. In numerology, the number 33 is a master number associated with compassion, healing, and spiritual growth. Are we clear now, sir?
Yes, sir. I owe you 13 more.
Well, you owe the world 13 more. You owe it to me as only a person that wants to make a difference in the world for you.
Yeah, and I don't want to just whip them out real quick.
Right.
And I want to take my time. What happens is, and you probably know this more than I do, you get in this little zone, and I go in there and I write one. I go, oh, let me see what that next letter is. And I read it. I go, okay, I'm going to do another one. And then I might get a third one done. I'll do like 3 in one day. Then I'll go like, 4 or 5 days not doing nothing on it. But when it hits you, you can knock them out.
Well, what I think you have this book, super brilliant because it's so easy to read. It's got great principles in it. You leave it with a happiness, just a massive happiness. And I was considering reading the last couple of pages because they're so powerful, but I thought that's actually letting the wind out of the sails. You need to read the book from beginning to end, and you need to enjoy how it culminates because it's got for a simple book, it culminates beautifully. But the second part is you got these letters. Yeah. And these letters are actually the most important thing a student can say is you made a difference. And by the way, that's the most important thing you can say to anybody, not just a teacher, not just anybody, a student. So you're doing that. And I see this being almost a guideline for teachers to say, connect with your students at this. Yes. And they are telling you how much of a difference you make, which causes you to make a bigger difference.
And you know why you're doing it? You don't even notice it.
Right.
I mean, when you're reading these letters, you're going, oh gosh, they got that out of that, or I meant this to them, and I will remember certain things that they say, but I didn't realize at the time what it meant to them.
Well, I can tell if I was in your class, you would have been my favorite teacher. That's for sure.
I mean, you've done a lot of singing.
Yeah, well, you're just so jovial. You're just you live it that you say I never had a bad day because you have actually decided to create it. And I've met people that believe that a bad day is part of the journey. And yes, it is. There's challenges, but it doesn't mean it's a bad day. And I'll tell you that every single challenge, just real quick, every single challenge and failure or anything I've had, when I looked at it as what am I supposed to get out of this, it turned into something quite beautiful.
I got to tell you a quick little thing too that's kind of neat along those lines. I got on the other day, let's say a month ago, to Google or whatever, and my computer was gone. It didn't work, whatever. It wanted some kind of code. Well, I'm very technically inept. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to call somebody. I'm going to figure this out for myself. I'm going to be a big boy and figure this out. And I got my phone. I'm doing all this stuff with my phone. It's sending a code here. It's sending a code there. I'm supposed to create a floppy disk. I don't know. And my phone stops working. It's locked. And I don't even know what that means. So I'm like, well, I got to go take it down to AT&T and find out what happened. And I take it down to AT&T, and the guy goes, Master Chief, nobody can open this phone ever. He goes, I don't know what you did, but you can't get in ever. I'm like, what? He goes, no, you got to get a new phone. So 1,400 phone numbers, 12 years of pictures, every contact on the planet. Poof. I didn't save nothing to nothing because I don't know how to do anything. And then on the way home from AT&T, my car starts wiggling a little bit. I've got a very nice car. And I'm like, what's wrong? So I take it to Royal Auto. They bring it up on the lift. 3 of the 4 tires have separated. This is the perfect day in my life. And I go to church that night, and the preacher goes, well, anybody got, something to pray for, whatever? I said, well, this happened to me, this happened to me, and this happened to me today. And and I go, and I said something. So, give me a little nudge. And these people, and I said, this stuff never happens to me. Stuff like this never happens to me. And these people behind me, the lady touches her husband. She goes, that happens to us every day.
So did you actually lose? Did you lose all those contacts and all the pictures?
Yeah. But once in a while they pop up. I don't know how.
Well, I mean, there's such a thing as the phone can't open, but you can actually get the hardware out. But did it teach you to back up stuff? Did you learn it, how to back up stuff now?
Well, they did something there. They said, okay, don't worry. You're in the cloud. Your whole world will always be there from now on. And I'm like, okay. But I've gotten a lot better. I mean, look at me. I'm Zooming. It's a miracle.
You are the Zoomer, and I saw your studio. I can't wait to fly down there to be in your studio. What a gorgeous place.
It is. It's a room built in a metal building out here, and it's just where we go to film once a month. We do 5 or 6 shows, and we don't do nothing. I mean, he produces it, so it takes a bunch of time, but I just do one takes. I'm a one take wonder.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show off your show real quick.
Okay.
So for those of you who want to enjoy more of RJ, this is his show, RJ Chapman, and these are some of the shows he's done. And I know that. Look at that, 10,000 subscribers. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you have really done a lot of work on this. Yes, sir.
Are you going to show one of them or what?
I wasn't going to show one of them. I was going to show people where they can go to see them. But
okay. Because that little one on Toastmaster, the little short on Toastmaster,
yes,
is really nice.
Okay, well, we can put some links for people to see it, but I love this one right here, Pain with Bob. That's fun, and I mean, isn't Faison? Faison's helping a little bit with this, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to change all of these thumbnails. They're like some I've got 25,000 views, some I got 80 views. So he's already done some work.
Good. Well, I want to show that off because for someone to have 10,000 subscribers, to get 1,000 is even a lot. And I'm muddling past 500 finally, but my show is 2 months old. And when I say that I have RJ on my show, it's going to go to like 30,000 subscribers.
Okay, well, let's hope. Well, you got to remember too, how long have you been at it?
Just 2 months. I'm a little over 2 months now. I'm at about 10.
You're looking at my YouTube thing. That's 2.5 years.
Yeah, it trips me out when I show people this because they say, okay, you got a show here because this is of course your show and this is Dr. Smiley Show. So this one right here, when you see it, you see 515 subscribers, but you see 277 videos, and I can't take credit for this because it's the mastery of not just you and the Perfect Publishing authors, but it's someone named Faison, and I'm not gonna flip there. Look at that. There it is 2 months ago. That's the first one. And he went 1 hour and 58 minutes. I mean, that guy, he can do some storytelling, I'll tell you. So back to you, sir. You are a storyteller. And, without intimidating you and making you feel uncomfortable, I want to say you're so talented, so fun, and you always are a blast to be with. I wouldn't be surprised if next Christmas, not this Christmas, but next Christmas, you're sitting with 10 books or something. I just think you're just so magnificent about how, you download gold. I mean, the letters, that's going to make people feel. The I want what you got, that's going to make people feel. And by the way, the military one, I can't wait to see your version of, I can see this. Can you see this in camouflage? Isn't that fun?
I like the mailers. Remember the mailer the guy sent the giraffe book out on?
Yes. Oh my gosh. And we met some great people in Nashville, didn't we?
Wonderful people. Wonderful people. And you know who I want to be? I want to be the male Beth Robbins. I'm throwing a shout out to her right now. She is so good. And she was at that conference with us. And I knew of her before that conference a little bit from somewhere. And then she was there in person at our table, and she was present with us. She wasn't looking around to see who she could talk to next. She was present with us. And I've got my little, you got yours on? I got mine on. Seize the day, baby. Yeah. So shout out to Beth Robbins for
Look, I
being.
only wear. I mean, that's it. I have hers. I have a one that says "I am hope," and I have a watch to keep track of what I'm doing for the day.
Well,
I
I've
mean,
never taken it off since she gave it to me.
so is there any other story you'd like to share before we
I
head to
do.
fire? Please do, sir.
I want to tell you um, about one of the greatest things that I ever had the honor to kind of get going. One of the greatest. It's a long story, not a long story, but out in the middle of the Persian Gulf, there are these two huge oil rigs. They're called A-bot and K-bot. So just think of a big oil rig off the coast of America, make it about 5 times the size of that, each one of these things. They're huge. Well, when we started the war, they were going to do bad things to those things, and it was probably going to ruin the Persian Gulf for 1,000 years. So we took them over, and then we put sailors on them to protect them so they wouldn't ruin them and ruin the Persian Gulf. So we got sailors out there. We got like 25, 30 sailors living out there in Connex boxes, those big metal things trucks are always bringing, Connex boxes. And they're living in there, and we've got them air conditioned, we've got running water, but they're pretty austere. And I came out there one time. I said, I want to go skids on A-bot and K-bot. And I brought the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy with me because we wanted to see how they were doing, because they have to get their meals from a ship and every day. It's painful. And so at the end of the little meeting, there was about 30 of them. I gathered them all around. Is there anything I can do for you guys? And this kind of goes back to the speech. This one little guy goes, Master Chief, if we could get the internet and maybe phones, it'd be a lot nicer out here. I'm like, wow, okay. I said, here's my card. When that gets out here, send me an email. So I go back to my office in Bahrain, and this Navy commander comes in. Now, remember, I'm an enlisted guy. He's a big commander, He comes down, he goes, Master Chief, the Admiral sent me down here. I go, for what? What do you want? What do you need, sir? He goes, well, he said you give me a job. I said, yeah, I got a job for you. Go get phones and internet on A-bot and K-bot for those sailors. He goes, okay. So I don't see this guy for like 2 weeks. Finally, he comes back. He goes, Master Chief, we can do it. I go, okay. Well, what's it cost? He goes, about $300,000. I said, okay, let's go see the guy with the money. So we go see this captain who's got all the money. I said, Captain, we need communication on these things for the sailors. He goes, how much you need, Master Chief? I said, 300,000. He goes, okay. It's 8 days later. 8 days later, I'm looking at my computer, and it's from a little kid. And he goes, it works. And that was it. I'm telling you, you got to get a hanky.
Well, can I show the pictures of it?
If you can bring them up.
I think I can. So this it?
Yes, that's it.
And then
that's it.
And then this is couple.
Yes.
This is the area. So there's a lot to be seen here, but this is what you're looking at: A-bot and K-bot, 2 major Iraq terminals in the Persian. And it's kind of a Mission Impossible kind of thing. If you didn't have that protection and it did ruin, that part of the world is destroyed for a while.
A long time. Lots of oil, lots and lots and lots.
Yeah, lots of generations where they don't even know it was supposed to be life. Like did you
even know A-bot and K-bot existed in Intelligent?
No, and that's why when I do this show, I don't want people to think I know it all, first of all, but I also want to show them I look it up so the show's got some enrichment that it's real.
Right.
Because
it's pretty real.
You think about it, a child next generation, they're going to be, they already don't know what a 8-track is. They don't know what, not having a phone is or not having a computer is, but it's getting to the point where we're going so fast. If the Persian Gulf had been destroyed 2 generations from now, they'd just say, oh, that's the way it is. That's just the way it is there.
Yeah.
And there's so
that
much.
Was a great thing.
That is great. Well, I have 5 exit questions I asked, and since we are having you back for the letters to Bob, and probably more times, especially because we got other wigs we can try on, and I do want
a good segment.
If you feel like have I asked you every question that I should have asked you? or could ask
Well,
you?
you've done a great job, man. I mean, you make this so easy. I mean, I know you, so we're like talking to each other. We're kind of brothers, you know.
Well,
It's pretty easy.
I look forward to many more. I will say that most of the time I'm doing a show, it is the culminating show, but I didn't get enough in this one, so we're doing another one, all right? But I do have five
Okay.
questions I ask that are exit questions.
Okay.
It's called rapid fire. I ask you
Okay.
quickly, you answer quickly, we move to the next question. Ready?
Good.
All right, here we go. What book changed your life?
I
You're
don't
supposed to,
read much.
well, you
Blind Man's Bluff
Blind Man's Bluff. Okay. What movie inspires you?
kills me. That freaking Tom Hanks movie, A Man Called Otto.
Oh, isn't that a good one?
Don't watch it. If you're listening to me right now, don't watch it unless you got a bunch of hankies.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't want to see one of the most touching movies and heart,
Yeah.
then yeah, don't watch that. All right. What song gets you going?
The song gets me going. I love jazz music. Any jazz music I like. I just listen to it. But I will tell you, I like Hallelujah. Whenever I hear those, there's these two girls that sing Hallelujah,
Mhm.
Hallelujah, and they got a candle between them. Oh, I'm gonna sing that on one of my shows with this girl
You know,
next month.
when I go to your studio, I'm going to sing it with you. We're going to have the candle between us, and we're going to sing it. All right.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about all that.
Who's your hero?
Ah, my hero. Gosh, Marsha Whitfield.
Marshall.
Marsha Whitfield started a program called Special Steps, and it's for kids with special needs that have graduated high school, and there's nothing for them to do. And so they're not kids anymore. They're 22 to 60, and I work with them on Thursdays. And because when I was in school, all the special needs kids came to my big room to get out of the rain and cold and waited till they could go to their classes. So I know all these kids. And she started this like 3 years ago. I had her on my show, and now I help. I make crafts. I learned how to color. I had a good time with them. I'm a volunteer on Thursday.
And
Marsha Whitfield's my hero.
and who do you want to meet that you haven't met?
Who do I want to meet that I haven't met? God, I've met a lot of people.
I know you have, so I'm waiting for the one you haven't met that you want to meet.
Oh gosh, these are tough. What are questions like this? Who do I meet that? Who do I want to meet that I haven't met? Um, Ken, come on.
Hey, I'll tell you somebody you're going to meet that you didn't know you're going to meet.
Who?
Faison. He's going to be coming to the United States. Inshallah, he's coming to the United States to meet me and a couple other people, and so he'll meet you if you want. I'm taking him around the United
Oh,
States to see parts of it. All right. So last question for you.
I can't answer that one.
All right. What quote do you live by?
It's not the hours you put into it; it's what you put in the hours.
Nice. Nice. Like that. Well, RJ,
Well,
you're a beautiful man and a wonderful leader, and you're proving yourself to be everything you touch, authorship, speaking. You bring so much inspiration, and I just want to thank you for what you do in the world. It's a privilege and an honor to be your publisher, but more importantly, a friend. I really love having you in my life.
thank you so much for having me, Ken. I had a really great time today. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, the last question is an easy one. How do people reach you, celebrate you, support you?
Well, is this where I put out my email address?
It is, yeah, whatever you want. You can even tell your blood type, whatever you want to do.
Well, my email address is rjchapman2022@gmail.com. And
And and you can go on Amazon to get his new book. I promise that this book will make your day better, probably even your life better. Is there anything else? You're in your YouTube channel is what?
it's called the RJ Chapman Show. And my Instagram account is the RJ Chapman Show. And I do want everybody to understand one quick thing. All the proceeds from this little book are going to buy a sign for my church. We need a sign, electronic sign, because my wife and her twin sister are out there putting the T's and the Y's, and we're running out of M's. So all the money I did a golf tournament. I made 16,000. So I need another 30, whatever, 6,000. And so the first 35,000 from I Want What You Got is going for the sign for the church.
Amen. That's beautiful. Well, folks, you
Amen.
heard it. This is one way to have a dream come true of helping a church or helping a cause or helping anything in the world be better. So thank you, RJ. We'll see
You're
you
welcome.
again soon because Letters to Bob is coming out in about a month.
Yes. Thank
And
you.
anyone that's interested in meeting RJ, you can meet him at the Military Influencer Conference. I believe it is September 21st, if I recall, but it's in Atlanta. He's a wonderful man to know. He is he's a gem. You're a real gem. I'm so glad that we're doing some events together. That's probably my favorite part of Perfect Publishing is I met you in Nashville. I met you in Orlando. I get to meet you again in Atlanta. I mean, sign me up. I
That's
want to
great.
meet RJ again. All right. Well, have a
Okay.
good day, everyone. Keep smiling. And remember, it's a choice. And when you smile, people will say, I want what you got.
You
Thank you.